Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are feeling elated Madridistas cause our favourite club just blew away Valencia at home. It was certainly the best display Real Madrid have had in a long time, and it was a much needed dominant showing from the Los Blancos. Especially if you consider that the next opponent are FC Barcelona, this display would put some fear into the hearts of the Catalans, and the second half performance from Madrid just showed how good a team they can be when they are on song. Valencia couldn't find a way past Madrid. Ancelotti completely nullified the tactics of Bordalas. We displayed some crisp passing. Valencia looked almost shell-shocked in the second half, and to the delight of all Madridistas, the team was able to put in a meticulous performance, bringing back positivity in the Madrid camp. It was a much needed display considering that we have had a slow start to the year, and let's hope this game will bring back the swagger and the charisma which has been missing in recent times. So in this video we'll do the post-match analysis of Real Madrid versus Valencia. We'll talk about the important happenings of the game, and without further ado, let's get started. And firstly, if you have a look at the lineup, there was Courtois in goal. In the back four, we had Alaba, Militao, Mendy, and Lucas Vazquez. In the midfield, Ancelotti fielded the veteran trio, and in attack, we had Benzema, Vinicius, and Asensio. And before doing the analysis, let's quickly do the shout-out. Only one of you was able to predict the correct scoreline, and that is why our shout-out winner today is Mr. Akol, and I congratulate you for having the foresight to predict 5 goals. Anyways, there isn't much to say about the lineup selection for Ancelotti. It was the exact same lineup that we had predicted before the game. The only question was about who was going to start on the right wing, and Ancelotti chose to go with Marco Asensio, and I have to say that that was one of the better displays from Marco Asensio. He did everything apart from getting the goal. He was doing the defensive work. A crunching challenge on Gaia early on was vital in breaking up Valencia's game. He had some nice link-up play with Modric, Vazquez, and Vinicius, and what I like the most is that he was willing to take on defenders. One of the major criticisms about his game in recent times has been that he doesn't show enough aggression with the ball. He's almost passive while taking on defenders, but yesterday I was pleased to see that he had a much more offensive attitude. He had some nice touches, he took the attacking initiative, and the third goal that Vinicius scored was down to the shot of Marco Asensio. It was probably one of the easiest goals for Vinicius, but about Asensio, it's worth noting that there was a lot of positives we can take from that display. The two wingers on the right, Rodrigo and Asensio, seem to be stuck in a cycle of being in and out of the team. They seem to have a good game coming off the bench, then they get a start, then they put on a subdued performance, and again they are relegated to the bench. So it's high time that one of them breaks the cycle and assert the dominance on the right. Ancelotti is providing a lot of opportunities to both the players, and now that the business end of the cycle is approaching, we would like both of them to take a leap forward and be more decisive in front of goal. So thumbs up to Asensio, and let's hope he can keep showing us similar performances with more consistency on the right wing. And now if we talk about the first half in general, there was a lot of sparring early on. The first 10 minutes Valencia were looking positive. They were having the desire to attack, and what we all were relieved to see was that they had not started with the approach of playing defensive football. There were some spaces between the lines. It's not like they were completely sitting back. It wasn't the case of them staying totally compact and breaking the flow of game with fouls. On occasions they did sit back, but I thought they were quite often using a mid-block. They also looked to attack when they found an opening, and this is what Real Madrid like to see. They like to see the opposition play an open game. This led to them finding spaces to work their magic. Modric and Vinicius were looking quite intent in exploiting those spaces, and as we saw, Luka Modric again came very close to scoring as his shot ricocheted off the crossbar. We were also seeing a lot of aggression from either fullbacks. You can clearly see Lucas Vazquez was more often than not taking up advanced spaces, but in spite of all of that, the chances created were few. There was some average passage of play. It was only towards the end of the first half that we upped the tempo. Mendy and Vinicius on the left started to harass the defenders, and Real Madrid found a timely goal through a Casemiro penalty. Mr. Dependable Karim Benzema stepped up to take the penalty, and the placement of the penalty ensured that there was no chance the former Barcelona keeper was going to stop that. But talking about the impact of the goal, it was important that Madrid got a goal in the first half to ensure that Bordalas didn't get a chance to use his shrewd defensive tactics. Had Valencia scored the first one, I'm pretty sure they would have put their bodies on the line and defended with great passion in the second half. But fortunately for us, that wasn't the case, and Madrid grew in confidence after the first goal. They carried the momentum into half-time and came out with the same spark. Valencia looked to have lost their mojo. They were not doing anything properly, neither were they defending well, nor did they have any attacking flair. The midfield of Real Madrid took charge of proceedings, and then obviously we had the brilliance of Vinicius Jr. coming to the rescue. He started making a lot of direct runs. At this point there's no doubt about who is the rightful owner of the left wing position, and Vinicius showed exactly what Madrid had been missing in his absence. He brings so much more to the gameplay of Madrid. The Los Blancos are much less predictable when Vinicius is playing. For the second goal, Vinicius Vinicius decided to charge at the Valencia defense. His pace and his quality was very difficult for Valencia to cope up with. He linked up with Benzema, kept dancing inside the penalty box, going past one challenge after another. There was a small slice of luck involved, but fortune favoured the brave, and in the end the Brazilian came up with a calm and composed finish in front of goal. Vinicius Jr. has come a long way, and at this point he has become an integral part of Ancelotti's Real Madrid. So it was nice to see that Real Madrid exerted the dominance in the second half. The match was done and dusted by the 68-minute mark, and Ancelotti then got a chance to rest some of the veterans in the midfield. It was also good to see that Ancelotti provided Dani Ceballos a few minutes after what had happened in the Alcoyano game, and that is what I liked about Ancelotti. He's a legend of the game, and so many coaches would have had their ego hurt had some player behaved in that manner, but Ancelotti understands his players. He gives them ample time to show their skills, and against Valencia, Ancelotti gave a chance to Ceballos and asked him to show what he can provide to this Real Madrid side. So overall, it was a good game for the Los Blancos. Benzema ramped things up with another moment of magic. He became just the fourth Real Madrid player to surpass 300 goals. He's now in elite company behind the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Raul Gonzalez and Alfredo Di Stefano. The tally of Cristiano looks a bit out of reach, but Di Stefano had 308 goals and Raul sits on second with 323, and I definitely think that Benzema will surpass both these legends and will probably end his Real Madrid career as the second highest goal scorer. So we extend our best wishes to the hitman, and let's hope he will be successful in his conquest of breaking many more records in the months to come. So those were the thoughts from the game, and let's conclude this video by hearing the thoughts of Carlo Ancelotti. The coach looked very pleased at the press conference, and while assessing the performance of the team, he said, "We played well and are deserved winners. We opened the scoring with a penalty and that helped us. It was a complete performance. We had a few defensive struggles early on, but from the half an hour mark, we created a lot more chances and Modric hit the bar." Then Ancelotti went on to praise the performance of Marco Asensio, and he said, "He played really well, much better than he did against Getafe. If he plays well, he gets the full 90 minutes, and if he doesn't, he plays 45 like in Getafe. He played at the same level as Benzema and Vinicius Jr., and we all saw the benefit of that." And continuing on the note, the journalist then asked Ancelotti if the front three of Vinicius, Benzema and Asensio is non-negotiable. He was asked if that would be his preferred front three in the big Champions League nights, and Ancelotti said, "I don't think they are unchangeable because every game is different. Today they did really well, but I also have to evaluate players like Rodrigo, who always made a significant contribution when they've played. We are lucky to have these players who are outstanding, and today they did very well." And lastly, the coach was asked about the rumors in the Spanish media suggesting that there is an unvaccinated player in the squad and he would not be allowed to travel to Saudi Arabia, but Ancelotti refuted any such claims. He responded, "From what I know, my whole team is vaccinated. For the Spanish Super Cup, we only have to assess the situation of Mariano and Bale. Otherwise, Carvajal is fine. He will start training on Monday, and Jovic too. He tested negative for COVID." So those were the thoughts of the coach, and that wraps up the post-match analysis of Real Madrid versus Valencia. Do let me know what were your thoughts on the emphatic win and which player caught your eye. Right in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care. Glory to Madrid. And as always, a la Madrid.